ChatGPT said. On a cold and rainy afternoon in a busy city, Maya held her little brother Aiden close. The sky was dark and heavy with thick clouds. Rain was falling hard, making the streets wet and slippery. Maya's clothes were soaked, and her hair stuck to her face. Aiden was shivering, trying to stay warm under Maya's thin jacket. They did not have an umbrella, and no shelter was near. The rain kept falling, but Maya would not let go of Aiden. She hugged him tightly, hoping her warmth would keep him safe. Maya was only 12 years old, but she had already faced many hard times. Her parents had passed away a few years ago, and since then, she had been taking care of Aiden. The two of them lived on the streets, moving from place to place, searching for food and a safe place to sleep at night. The city was big, loud, and sometimes cruel, but Maya never lost hope. She believed that one day things would get better. As they walked slowly through the busy streets, Maya's eyes looked for any kind person who might help. But people were in a hurry. They wore bright coats and carried big umbrellas. They did not notice the two children, wet and cold, struggling to stay dry. Cars rushed past, splashing water on the sidewalk. Some passers-by looked away quickly, afraid. To get involved, Maya felt invisible, but she stayed strong for Aiden. Aiden was only 6 years old. He trusted his sister completely. Even though he was cold and tired, he held onto Maya's hand tightly. He felt safe when she hugged him. He did not understand why they had to live like this. Sometimes he asked questions, but Maya could only smile softly and say, "We will be okay." The rain grew heavier, and the wind picked up. Maya's feet hurt from walking on the hard pavement all day. Her stomach was empty, but she did not want to show weakness. She kept looking ahead, searching for a place to rest. Suddenly, she saw a small park with trees and benches. It was wet and muddy, but better than standing on the sidewalk. She led Aiden to a bench under a big tree, hoping the leaves would block some of the rain. They sat down, shivering and tired. Maya wrapped her arms around Aiden once more. "We must be strong," she whispered. "We will find food in a warm place soon." Duh. Aiden nodded, trying to believe her words. They stayed quiet for a few minutes, listening to the sound of rain falling on the leaves. Just then, a black car stopped near the park. The windows rolled down slowly. Inside sat a young man with kind eyes and a gentle smile. His name was Ethan. He was a billionaire who owned many businesses, but he did not like to show off. He liked to help people quietly. That day, while driving home from a meeting, Ethan saw Maya and Aiden. He noticed the girl hugging her brother in the rain. Something about the way she cared for him touched Ethan's heart. Ethan quickly got out of his car and took his umbrella. He walked over to the bench where Maya and Aiden sat. At first, Maya was scared. She did not know who this man was. But Ethan spoke softly. "Are you okay? It's not safe to be out in this rain." His voice was calm and kind. Maya looked at him, unsure what to say. She saw no danger in his eyes, only concern. I'm okay," Maya said quietly. "We are just waiting for the rain to stop." Ethan smiled gently. "Would you like to come out of the rain? I can help you." Now Maya looked at Aiden. He nodded, trusting Ethan. With a small hope in her heart, Maya stood up and took Ethan's hand. He lifted the umbrella over them, keeping them dry. As they walked to Ethan's car, Maya felt a strange feeling, a mix of hope and fear. She had never been inside a big car before. Ethan opened the door for them, and Aiden climbed in first. Maya followed, holding Aiden's hand tightly. The car was warm and clean. Soft music played quietly, and the windows fogged a little from the heat. Ethan smiled again. "Don't worry, I will take you somewhere safe." Maya wanted to ask many questions, but she was too tired. She looked at Aiden, who was already smiling. Maybe, just maybe, this day would be different. As the car moved away from the rainy streets, Maya's heart felt lighter. She hugged Aiden again, feeling the warmth of hope for the very first time in a long while. ChatGPT said. Ethan's car moved smoothly through the wet streets. Maya watched raindrops race each other down the window. Outside, the world was still gray and wet, but inside the car, everything felt calm and safe. Ethan glanced at Maya and Aiden, with a kind smile, could see how tired they were, but also how strong they seemed. Maya held Aiden's small hand tightly, making sure he felt secure. After a short drive, Ethan stopped in front of a big house. It was very different from the places Maya had ever seen. The walls were clean and bright, and tall trees surrounded the yard. Lights shone warmly through the windows, giving a cozy feeling even in the cold rain. Maya and Aiden looked at the house quietly. They had never been in a place like this before. Maya felt a mix of surprise and nervousness. Ethan opened the door for them. "Come inside," he said gently. As soon as they stepped through the door, Maya felt warmth spread through her body. The house smelled nice, like fresh bread and flowers. There was soft music playing, and the floor was covered with a thick carpet. Maya's wet clothes made a small sound on the floor, but Ethan quickly brought her a warm towel. "Let me help you dry off," Ethan said kindly. Maya smiled, feeling grateful. She looked at Aiden, who was already exploring the room with wide eyes. Aiden pointed at a big couch and said, "Can I sit there?" Ethan nodded. "Of course." Aiden ran to the couch and sat down, still wrapped in Maya's jacket. Ethan disappeared into another room and returned with clean clothes. "Here, these are for you and your brother," he said. Maya took the clothes carefully. They were soft and warm, very different from what she wore every day. She went to the bathroom to change. The water was warm, and for the first time in a long time, Maya felt clean and comfortable. After changing, Maya returned to the living room. Ethan had prepared some food. There was bread, cheese, fruit, and a warm drink.
Maya's
Stomach growled quietly. She looked at Ethan and said softly, "Thank you," Ethan smiled. "You don't have to thank me. I want to help." Maya and Aiden ate slowly, enjoying every bite. The food filled their empty stomachs and gave them energy. Aiden looked up at Ethan and asked, "Do you live here all alone?" Ethan laughed gently. "No, I live with my family, but they are away right now," Maya nodded. She wanted to ask more questions but was unsure what to say. After they finished eating, Ethan sat down beside Maya. "Would you like to tell me your story?" he asked softly. Maya looked at Aiden, who gave her a small nod. Taking a deep breath, Maya began. She told Ethan about her parents who died when she was young. She explained how she had been taking care of Aiden ever since, trying to keep him safe and warm. She talked about the hard days on the street, the cold nights, and the hunger. Ethan listened carefully, never interrupting. His eyes showed sadness, but also admiration for Maya's courage. "You are very brave," he said when she finished. "Not many children your age have such a big heart." Maya felt tears in her eyes but smiled. For the first time, someone saw her not just as a poor girl, but as a strong person. Ethan then explained how he wanted to help them, told Maya about a charity organization he worked with that helped children like her. "You and Aiden have a safe place to live, good food, and a chance to go to school," he said. Maya could hardly believe her ears. School was a dream she thought was impossible. She asked quietly, "Why are you helping us?" Ethan smiled. "Because everyone deserves a chance. I know what it feels like to struggle. I want to make sure you don't have to face those hard times alone." Maya felt warmth in her heart. She wanted to trust him, but old fears still lingered. Could this kindness really last? Days passed, and Maya and Aiden stayed in Ethan's home. Every morning, Ethan brought them breakfast, helped Maya with her schoolwork, and made sure Aiden had toys to play with. Maya began to feel safe. She could sleep without fear for the first time in years. One afternoon, Ethan took Maya to visit the charity center. The building was bright and full of children laughing and learning. Maya felt shy but hopeful. Teachers welcomed her warmly and told her she could join the school there. Maya looked at Aiden, who smiled happily. She realized that maybe this was the fresh start they needed. But not everything was easy. Maya sometimes missed the old days. Strange as it sounded, the street had been hard, but it was familiar. Here everything was new, and she felt like she had to learn a new way to live. Some nights she worried if she really belonged in this world of kindness and comfort. Ethan noticed Maya's worries. One evening he sat beside her and said, "It's okay to feel scared. Change is not always easy, but you are strong. You don't have to do this alone." Maya nodded. She looked at Aiden playing nearby and felt a new hope grow inside her. The days turned into weeks. Maya went to school regularly, learning new things. Aiden made new friends and laughed more each day. Ethan remained a patient and caring friend, never pushing but always there. Slowly, Maya's heart healed. One rainy day, similar to the one when Ethan first found them, Maya walked with Aiden under a bright umbrella. They smiled at each other, remembering the journey that brought them here. Maya knew life would still have challenges, but she also knew she was not alone anymore. The kindness of a stranger had opened a new world. Maya's hug in the rain had started an unbelievable change. And now, she was ready to face the future with courage and hope. Maya's new life was filled with small moments that slowly built up to something bigger. Every day, she woke up in a warm bed instead of on cold streets. The sunlight came through the window, and she could hear birds singing outside. It was a peaceful start she had never known before. But even with all this comfort, Maya felt a mix of emotions inside her heart. There was happiness, yes, but also a quiet fear. She wondered if this new life was real or just a dream that might disappear. At school, Maya faced many challenges. The other children came from very different backgrounds. Some had new clothes, lived in big houses, and had families who helped them with homework. Maya felt nervous when she sat at her desk. Sometimes, she worried the other kids would notice she was different. She did not want to be treated like the poor girl from the street. But day by day, Maya's courage grew. Her teachers were kind and patient. They saw how hard Maya worked and encouraged her every step. One teacher, Mrs. Davis, took a special interest in Maya. She helped Maya with reading and math, making lessons fun and easy to understand. Maya looked forward to going to school, even though it was sometimes tiring. She knew that learning was a key to a better future. At home, Ethan continued to support Maya and Aiden. He never pressured them, but always made sure they had what they needed. Ethan helped Maya open a small savings account so she could save money for her future. He also arranged for Maya to see a counselor to help her talk about her feelings. Sometimes, Maya found it hard to share her fears, but slowly she began to open up. Aiden, too, was adjusting well. He loved playing with other children and exploring new games. His laughter filled the house, bringing joy to everyone around. Was happy to see her little brother smile so freely. She knew that she had to be strong for him. One day, Maya received a letter from the charity organization. It said she was accepted for a special summer camp for children who face tough lives. Maya was excited, but also a little scared to be away from Ethan and Aiden. Ethan reassured her. "This camp will be a good chance for you to learn new skills and meet friends. I will be here when you come back." Maya smiled and felt ready to try at the camp. Maya met children from different cities and countries. They shared stories, played games, and learned how to express themselves through art and music. Maya found comfort in knowing she was not alone. Others had faced difficulties too, and they all wanted to grow stronger together. She learned to trust people again and to believe in her own abilities. Back home, Ethan continued his quiet acts of kindness. He helped the charity organize events to raise money for more children in need. He invited Maya to join, encouraging her to speak about her experience. Maya was nervous but understood that sharing her story could help others. She practiced speaking in front of a small group and felt proud when they listened. Despite all the progress, Maya still had moments of doubt. Sometimes, she worried she would lose everything she had gained. The fear of going back to the streets haunted her nights. But each time, Ethan's words helped her find strength. "You are not your past," he said gently. "You are building a new future." Maya began to dream bigger. She thought about becoming a teacher one day so she could help other children like herself. She wanted to be a light in the darkness for others. Aiden said he wanted to be a firefighter, to save people and bring hope. Maya laughed and promised to help him achieve his dreams. Ethan watched Maya grow with pride. He saw the change in her confidence and spirit. What started as a small act of kindness had blossomed into a powerful transformation. Maya was no longer just a poor girl hugging her brother in the rain. She was a young girl filled with hope and promise. One afternoon, Maya sat by the window, watching the rain fall softly outside. The sound reminded her of the day Ethan found them. But now, the rain did not bring fear or sadness. It brought memories of a new beginning. She reached for Aiden's hand and smiled. Their journey was far from over, but Maya knew they had come a long way. With the love and support around them, anything was possible. The future was bright, and Maya was ready to embrace it with open arms. Maya's life had changed in many ways, but new challenges also appeared. She and Aiden had come so far from their days in the rain, yet some old fears stayed with her. Sometimes she would feel lonely, even in a house full of warmth and kindness. She missed the quiet safety of just holding Aiden close during the hardest times. The fear of losing what she had found made her cautious. School was still not easy. Though Maya was learning more every day, she sometimes felt different from the other children. Some classmates whispered or stared, not understanding her story. Maya tried her best to ignore it, but the words sometimes hurt deep inside. She wished people could see her for who she truly was, not just the past she carried. Aiden, however, was happier than ever. He laughed and played with new friends. His bright smile brought Maya comfort. She knew she had to stay strong, not just for herself, but especially for him. Taking care of Aiden was her greatest responsibility and greatest joy. Ethan remained a steady presence in their lives, encouraged Maya to talk about her feelings whenever she needed. One evening, after a long day at school, Maya sat with Ethan and shared her worries. "Sometimes I feel scared that I don't belong here," she said softly. Ethan nodded understandingly. "It's normal to feel that way. But remember, your past does not define you. You are building a new path." To help Maya and Aiden adjust better, Ethan arranged for them to join a small support group. The group was made up of children and teens who had faced hard times like Maya. They met once a week in a warm, welcoming room where everyone shared their stories and supported one another. Maya found it comforting to be with others who understood her feelings. Slowly, Maya learned to trust again. The group helped her see that she was not alone and that many people cared. She even made a few friends who encouraged her to keep going. This support gave her strength she did not know she had. Despite these positive changes, Maya also faced moments of doubt. Old habits of worrying and hiding her pain sometimes returned. When Aiden was not around, she felt tears come to her eyes. But she remembered Ethan's advice and her own growing courage. She began to write in a journal, pouring out her thoughts and dreams. Writing became a way to heal and to understand herself better. At school, Maya worked hard. She asked questions, studied late, and tried new things. Her teachers noticed her effort and praised her progress. One day, Mrs. Davis told Maya, "You are a bright young girl with a wonderful future. Keep believing in yourself." Maya smiled, feeling proud. Aiden was also growing. He loved stories about heroes and dreamed of helping others one day. Maya promised to support him no matter what he chose. Their bond was unbreakable, built on love and shared struggles. Ethan continued to help the family. He introduced Maya's story to a small group of friends who wanted to help children in need. Together, they raised money to build more safe places for kids like Maya and Aiden. Ethan never sought attention for his kindness. He believed true help came quietly and with respect. One day, Ethan invited Maya to visit his office. Her how he helped run his business and explained the importance of hard work and kindness. Maya listened carefully, inspired by his words. She asked many questions and felt a new excitement about the world. In the evenings, Maya often sat by the window with Aiden. They talked about their dreams and plans. Maya wanted to be a teacher, to give other children hope. Aiden wanted to be a firefighter, saving lives. Together, they believed in a bright future. Even when the rain came again, Maya no longer felt alone or afraid. The memories of cold nights were still there, but they were now part of her strength. She knew she had a family, friends, and hope. 1. Quiet night, Maya looked at Aiden sleeping peacefully. She whispered, "We are safe now. We are going to be okay." And deep inside, she truly believed it. The days and months that followed brought more changes for Maya and Aiden, but this time they were filled with hope and new beginnings. Maya woke up each morning feeling a little stronger, a little braver than the day before. She still remembered the cold rain and the hard times, but now those memories were not just of struggle, they were also reminders of how far she had come. Ethan's kindness had opened a door, but Maya knew she had to walk through it herself. Every day she worked hard at school. She loved learning about new things and dreamed of the future she could build. The teachers believed in her, and that belief made her believe in herself. Sometimes, when school was tough or she felt tired, Maya thought about the little girl who hugged her brother in the rain. She promised herself she would never give up. Aiden grew happier and healthier too. He made many friends and loved playing outside in the sunshine. His laughter was like music in the house, and it filled Maya's heart with joy. She saw how much he had changed from the scared boy who clung to her in the rain. Watching Aiden smile made Maya feel proud and thankful. Life was not perfect. There were still hard moments and worries, but Maya had learned that with support and hope, she could face anything. She kept writing in her journal, capturing her thoughts and dreams. One day, she wrote about becoming a teacher, helping children who were lost or scared just like she once was. That dream gave her strength to keep going. Ethan continued to be a steady friend and helper. He never pushed Maya or Aiden, but always offered a hand when they needed it. Sometimes he invited Maya to events where she met people who cared about helping children. Maya's confidence grew with every new connection she made. She realized kindness could change many lives, not just hers. One afternoon, Ethan surprised Maya with a gift, a small laptop. "This will help you with your studies," he said. Maya's eyes shone with happiness. Having her own computer meant she could learn even more and stay connected with the world beyond her home. Maya also joined a local youth group. Together with other young people, she took part in community projects, helping clean parks and organizing fun activities for children. Maya loved being part of something bigger. She felt that giving back was a way to thank those who had helped her. Sometimes, Maya thought about the rainy day when Ethan found her and Aiden. The memory was still strong, but no longer painful. It was a moment that changed everything. A simple hug in the rain had brought a stranger's kindness, which grew into a new life. One evening, Maya sat with Aiden by the window. The rain fell gently outside, but inside the house, there was warmth and peace. Aiden smiled and said, "Thank you, Maya, for keeping me safe." Maya hugged him tightly and whispered, "We are safe now, and we will always have each other." Maya understood that life would still have ups and downs, but she was ready. She had learned to be brave, to trust, and to dream. She was no longer just the poor girl in the rain. She was a young woman with a bright future. Her story spread quietly among friends and neighbors. It became a symbol of hope and the power of kindness. People who heard about Maya and Aiden were inspired to help others in need. Ethan's small act of stopping in the rain had started a ripple of love and change. Maya dreamed of the day when she could help children like herself and Aiden. She wanted to be the person who gave hope to others. And she believed that with kindness and courage, nothing was impossible. As the rain continued outside, Maya looked out at the world with new eyes. She knew that no matter what happened, she had found something stronger than fear, hope, love, and family. That was the most unbelievable change of all. If you want, I can help you turn this into a full story or script or assist with anything else.